Well, despite the odds, we are back in the beautiful world of Minecraft. And in today's playthrough, we are going to be spending 100 days in a jungle-only biome. As you can see, we have all of the vines around us, tons of greenery to be had, and it is going to be a grand old adventure as we take our first look at this world. I think that we might as well head on down and get to punching our first tree of this playthrough. And I'm excited to hang out with you guys. As of right now, I am hanging out in Madrid, España. I am renting a streaming booth for the next couple of hours or so, and we will continue to do so for the next couple of days or so, and hopefully get as much progress done as we can in this jungle-only world. And then, very excitingly as well, this upcoming weekend, we have the beginnings of the Lotus SMP, a content-only, or a creator-only content server where we'll be hanging out and making tons of awesome builds and be able to make a ton of really cool things for you all. But I can also tell that I am rusty. It has been about 2 weeks or so since I have streamed or recorded or spoken into the microphone, and I do hope that, hey, Cuboid and Serotonin are all hanging out tonight. Maybe for the morning for you guys, I may be 7 hours or so ahead of you all, but please do let me know. Can you guys hear me well? Are you able to hear anything at the moment? Usually when I'm recording on my recording setup at home, I can hear my voice when I'm speaking into the microphone. But I just have a gaming headset and this beautiful world of Minecraft for us to explore together, and I cannot hear anything when it comes to my voice. I can only hear the beautiful gameplay that we have right in front of us here, with just about 20 jungle logs to our name. So I do think that we will head right there, and there's going to be a whole ton of different little things that I'm going to have to figure out while we do this playthrough. I'm used to having all of my own keybinds, and it is much different not having all of my entire setup and all of the hotbinds and keybinds that I'm used to as we place down our first ever crafting table of this world and get around to taking a couple of sticks, and then of course get to make our first ever tool of the world, a wooden pickaxe, which hopefully we'll be able to hold on and keep to our name as we punch down this guy. You can hear me, the headset's a little scuffed, but it's not bad. Okay. I don't know how much I can do about it. That could be a bummer. I'm used to recording into my own microphone, which is not an expensive microphone whatsoever. It is the HyperX Quadcast Pro. I have to get this guy, and I'm sure that you guys are going to be upset with me for not taking down all of the wood that we have right here, but I think that it is just too much to have to really deal with, so we might as well head away from this area. And it is a very lush, a very dense jungle that you can see right here. I say that we might as well grab our first bamboo. Well, I know, Serotonin, your audio has been making improvements. You know, a lot of working with audio, I think, is also understanding how to adjust your settings in OBS. Oh, and we have a ravine right here too, so I think that we will just hop on down. And the good thing is, I am recording this at the same time as I am streaming, and we do have some coal right here that we can definitely get our hands on as well, which is a good thing. But a big thing about recording is really just adjusting the settings on your microphone within OBS and doing a lot of software adjustments. You by no means have to have the best recording setup, but if you are able to really do the work in terms of learning what sort of settings you can tweak and adjust in order to improve your audio settings, it is one of the biggest things that I've learned has led to an increase in the quality in my videos, and hopefully make them more enjoyable for you all, as well as we get our first stone pickaxe of the world right here. And for me, I love the fact that I have this setup at home that is not nearly as beefy as the one that I have right here. This is a really, really good setup given the fact that we are recording with shaders on at the moment, and the best settings possible, and everything is as clean as it could be. I am currently renting out a streaming setup, a streaming booth for the next couple of hours, in this professional gaming center right here in the heart of Madrid, España. And it's really cool. There's tons of gamers that are all around me, but Minecraft is actually not even one of the games that has been downloaded for all of the other gamers to play. It seems like they do a lot of League of Legends, or it sounds like I was talking with one of the people that work here. A lot of people love to play the game Valorant, which I haven't played whatsoever, and I kind of explained to the guy, I was like, I only play Minecraft. I love making these videos for you all, and I love recording, and it's something that I've missed so much over the last couple of weeks. And it's really difficult for me as a result to kind of switch it up and play any other game, because I know that, not only do I love playing this beautiful game, but when I make content, not only does it have a greater kind of impact, you guys get to see the videos that I end up making with you all, and actually if I hit escape right here, you will see that we have the replay mod recording, which is really exciting. So we will be able to get a whole ton of cinematics done in cinematics for this playthrough, and if the microphone is a little bit scuffed, then we will just have to do our best with it, and I will end up doing a post commentary when I get back to the United States. But it is definitely something that's worth having, an audio setup and just kind of your own place where you can make the most of make the most of your time playing and be able to create the best quality content possible for you all, I would say. So hopefully the mic is not too scuffed, but we are definitely off to a good start right here with tons of coal, which is definitely a good feeling, and 46 cobblestone to our name. But let's see, I know that the day is going to go by very quickly, so I say that why don't we try to put some cobblestone into our hands right here, and we can do a bit of pillaring up so that we can... Oh, it's already nighttime. Okay, we're gonna have to make do. We're gonna have to do what we can with this. Multinational streamer Slip platformer, happy 30th birthday, my man. I am very excited to hold on for another 30 years or so, and then we will eventually be able to get a Platmorpher face reveal, which I'm very excited about. But as you guys know, I am really not ashamed whatsoever about showing you all my own face, and I'm not one of those YouTubers that's like, once you reach 1,000 or 100K, you guys can see what I look like if you hang out in Slip Sanctuary, which happens to be our Discord. You are definitely able to see what I look like and kind of get an up-to-date experience with my adventures recently. Hey Rose, I hope that you're doing well, and I'd love to know, guys, what time is it for you all? I think the best case scenario, or the best thing for us to do at the moment, is probably to continue on down into this cave, as we have a Zombatron right there, and definitely have to be a little bit careful as well. I think that we might as well take some sticks and then make ourselves a stone sword. You will notice that I'm not playing in hardcore because we could have some issues here off the rip with this 100 days world. But we'll have to see what happens. Yeah, Platmorpher, you'll be doing a face reveal from the retirement home. It's 9:20 in the morning for you, Rose. Yeah, it's so interesting. I live in Colorado, so I'm on Mountain Standard Time recently, or usually. So oftentimes, I'm much ahead of the people, all of you wonderful people that that end up getting to hang out with me and that I get to spend time with on live stream. I say, why don't we? Oh, we're gonna send it. Oh, we're gonna send it. We're gonna send it. Okay. Okay, Monster Hunter. It's getting a little bit stressful already. On night one of her playthrough, it's another one of these guys down here. Maybe hit a critical hit on him. Maybe hit another critical hit. Maybe hit another critical hit, I think. Oh, we got a carrot as well, which is definitely a good feeling here. You live, laugh, love mountain time. Yeah, so usually I wake up at about 4 a.m. or so, and then I usually wake up with you guys and live stream, but I knew that I couldn't do that because everyone would be asleep if I was live streaming at the same time as you all. So why don't we continue off and see if we can get this last zombie right here. Just make myself feel a bit safer. Boom. A bit safer in this cave as we continue to meander on down. And you guys will have to let me know, is it kind of dark for you all? Along with, we have our first iron too of the playthrough. If it is kind of dark, then I do think that I have enough sticks to make ourselves our first torches as well. So this is definitely a successful first at bat so far. I say, why don't we put them into our offhand right here, and we will take our stone pickaxe and get our first iron of the playthrough on the first day too, although it happens to be only 2. Which is no fun. We'll have to make the most of it, but I have not done really any adjustment when it comes to any of my settings here, besides really just making sure that I can get all of the mods that I would like to have for you all. And so hopefully the quality is okay with you. I feel like the visual quality is going to be good as we hit stop recording on our replay mod right there, and I see one more piece of iron down here for us as well. It looks like we will be able to get our first piece of iron armor. Not iron armor, iron pickaxe, which we can place down our crafting table right here. Get around to making a furnace, which we can place on down, place some charcoal into, and get to smelting up some iron. As long as we don't have any mobs here, although I hear a spider in the distance somewhere, we are definitely off to a really good start in this world. And so the plan here, I am going to be, as you all know, I'm exploring Madrid, España at the moment, and I will be spending the next week or so here. And so hopefully if the audio settings are half decent, then I will be able to record a whole ton with you all, not only making some videos, but the upcoming season for the Lotus SMP is going to start on Saturday night at 9:30 p.m. my time, which is very late for me generally speaking. But I think since I'm usually 6 to 7 hours ahead of people, it'll probably be around 1 to 3 p.m. I would assume your time on Saturday evening or Saturday afternoon for you all. And so we can start the season all together. I don't actually, scratch that. I don't want to make any promises. Sometimes when it comes to the start of a Minecraft SMP, there is something to be said about a lot of the creators do not like streaming for the first 72 hours or so. I'd love to show you guys the season start and be able to record everything, but I know that maybe not everyone is on the same page with that. So we will have to play it by ear and kind of just see what happens, as during the first night we get our first iron pick of the world. What a good feeling. And we can make our way over to even more iron right here so that we can really start to get ourselves set up for the get-go. So why don't we take out our stone shovel or stone pickaxe and get that guy down. Although I definitely, here we go. I definitely wish we had some food to our name. Okay. I'm quite proud of myself playing live and being able to take away so many mobs at the get-go. But just like that, we can smelt even more iron up and be able to get some more iron to our name. Hopefully get some more tools in the future too, although we definitely do not want to go after that skeleton man that we have right here. Although there's more iron over there. I do think that the creeper has found us, so we will have to play it kind of safe at first. Why don't we try to hit you? Try to hit you again. Okay, a little explosion there, and then we will head back into our inventory. I'll take out the handy dandy little crafting recipe book. And we also have a shield to our name too, so that's definitely a good feeling. Hey, Northern Waffle, I hope you're doing well. And Eki's made it as well. I hope that you're doing well. I really have missed you guys so much. Rose, I'm so glad I joined the group of streamers while you're starting the SMP and this new series. Yeah, Lotus SMP Season 4, I think is going to be a good one. One thing about being a Minecraft content creator is that you really learn a lot about how to not only create content and connect with people, but also really kind of just like, yeah, just be able to record and be able to enjoy the experience with other content creators, especially when the record button is on. And the reason that I say that is my, let me see if I can quickly, I can see that my audio is peaking a little bit. Let's see if I can fix it just like that. Let me know if that's a little bit better for you all. Oh guys, we have the leaderboard too. Rose is number 1 on the leaderboard. Eki is number 2 on the leaderboard. I like that. I've been hoping to have the lead. Oh, I hear the cave sound. I've been hoping to have that leaderboard for live streams for a very long time. So we will have to see who is the most commented individual by the end of our live stream for tonight. As we go and smelt even more iron up, we are doing some good work from the get-go here. I'm a big fan of this. And Rose, I'd really love to know, how did you end up coming across me and coming across all of us? And maybe you have been familiar with a couple of other creators on the Lotus SMP, and if not, I would just love to know how you guys came across me in the first place. Some of y'all that are hanging out in the stream tonight, it's been a very long time since we've been able to actually get to hang out together and enjoy some company, and I'm excited to be able to show you all a new playthrough. This is, as y'all can see, the beginning of a brand new series that we will be doing probably for the most part only in Madrid. and that's okay. So just like that, we can, I think, make our first piece of iron armor. And we can suit up just like that, get a little bit safer, maybe take on down our crafting table, punch down. Oh, there's a creeper right there. I was not paying attention for a second. I think that I'm gonna get out of here before he gets too close to us. And head on back up to the surface where there happens to be even more iron to our name. This is, oh my gosh, and there's a lot of it too. One of the luckier fresh starts I feel like I've had. Wow, there's 2 more right here too. Okay, we are off to a handy dandy start as we can make our way up the waterfall and back into our jungle only biome here. Wow, that was a first day that could have turned out a whole ton worse, but actually it ended up turning out quite well for us as we can pillar our way up right here. And then I think that very quickly we will go back into our furnace, smelt up even more iron, and get to crafting a bit more gear as well. Now, I do think that I would like to just very quickly see, we do have tons of mods here, and I love the detach mod cam, which we may not have. No, we don't have it at the moment. So, not as many. Oh wait, oh wow. Guys, we are totally lucking out right now. Let's see. Let's make ourselves a pair of shears right here. Maybe we can pillar on over to the sheep friends that we have. Take out our shears, and I think we may be okay for starting to spend some nights together. Oh, yes. Starting to be able to sleep for the night, which is going to be a good feeling. Wow, this is, for those of you guys, and some cocoa beans as well for some ground dye. I am not used to a start that is as triumphant, as successful as this usually happens to be. So we have 5 more pieces of iron. Say we put down our crafting table here. And usually, y'all, I have like, actually, let's make a water bucket. Usually I have music on in the background and tons of different things, and I'm sure that we'll continue to have things that are similar going forward, but I just really wanted to make sure that I could start off and live stream with you guys and be able to connect. I have been doing a religious pilgrimage. I've been walking, I've been backpacking. The only thing that I have to my name is a backpack right now for the last 2 weeks in Spain. And I've been only touching grass. I've not been playing any Minecraft at all and exploring this beautiful country. And so I was really missing it. And if you've been hanging out in the Discord, then you know that I've been really missing it and missing you guys. And I wanted to get back to it a little bit. Although I have no idea where those sheep just went. They didn't fall down, did they? But very much a priority for us right now is going to be to have to get some wool so that we can sleep for the night. And then hopefully, okay, take a first look at our map that we have right here. Along with, actually, very quickly, I am going to go to our mini map right here, go to our settings and turn off the mini map because I'm not as much of a fan of it as, although I really like having the big map that we have right here. It's very helpful. I don't like having the mini map on screen. It just doesn't It's not how I like to play. I hear sheep. I just don't know where they have gone. Oh, cool. Rose, yeah, you found me through Spoonie. Hopefully you know Flappy as well. I think earlier today Flappy was doing his morning live stream, and that's how I came across Spoonie as well. Who's a great person, a great content creator as well. And yeah, before I left to Spain, I kind of became buddies with that whole group of everybody, and then I had to, not had to, I chose to go to Spain. Here we are. You know, I would appreciate it if you were to eat some grass, please. It would make my life a whole ton easier here. So that we don't have to be too worried for the upcoming night here. Oh, Flappy was in the chat for today's stream? Let's see. I don't see him for this stream, but I would not be surprised. He's probably at work, actually. Let's go. Okay, we have enough to make a bed for the night too. Let's get away from the dense jungle and try to kind of establish a bit of a home base for ourselves. I think that we'll continue off in this direction here. And Rose, yeah, my starts are always very, very shaky. So we are incredibly lucking out at the moment. We have food now to our name, as we were actually entirely starting to run out of it. Well, we have a couple pieces of melon, and then we will plant down a couple of seeds as well. And serotonin, absolutely, dude, have some breakfast. I'd love to know when you come back, if you end up coming back, what you end up having for breakfast, because food has been something with my experience here in Spain that not only when it comes to the timing of when people eat meals, but the type of food that people are eating, everything is drastically different. Ooh. And I think that this spot right here, actually, if we clear out this part of the jungle, is really, really beautiful. So maybe we actually spend some time in this area. I'm going to hit start recording so that we can get even more cinematics done here. Yeah, Rose, we are lucky we have a bed here as the sun begins to set, and this right here is actually my first time seeing these glowing bushes, which I don't know the name of. But they're pretty. I like them by themselves. I know that other Minecraft content creators have said that it's kind of too much, and I would like to have the option to have these bushes without all the sparkling going on, because they're a beautiful aesthetic in my personal opinion. They're pretty at night too. But I do think that if you'd like to use them as more of like a decorational tool, it can be kind of difficult to do that. So why don't we make some oak planks right here. We'll place down our crafting table. Man, does it feel good to be back into the Minecraft swing of things and get our first night's sleep here in the world. Bada boom, just like that. Okay, we will punch down this guy as well. And then, let's see. I don't know. Okay, F4 is our free cam mod. It's weird that I can still see my first person view. And just take a look at our environment. See what we've got going on here. Yeah, Eki, it is nice to hear from you as well. I've been dearly missing our time together. I really mean that. For me to, for me, this recording session is going to cost me about $50 or so. So it's not like I'm doing the easiest thing possible. I just really love making videos for you all, and there's plenty that I can share about that as well. So I do think, give me one quick second. We'll take a quick drink break so I can grab a sip of water, and then I'll explain a little bit more about why I chose to live stream and what the heck I'm doing here in Spain anyway, and all those different things. And I'd also love to know if any of you have some feedback when it comes to my microphone quality and things that you'd like to see me adjust going forward. Just definitely let me know, because I can totally do that for you all. Because it is funny, I am in a streaming booth right now, but I have a feeling that this microphone is a bit more, I don't know, almost as if you're kind of just playing video games with friends, as opposed to a super high quality recording microphone. But, being in a different part of the world and being able to play some Minecraft with you guys, it's just a good feeling by itself. As we are on what day? I don't know. These are all of the Lotus SMP mods. I just wanted to make sure that I am good to go, because we will be recording the SMP very soon. But I don't like the Better F3 mod, actually. I know a lot of people feel differently than I do about that, but this is not really my thing. So why don't we make our first stone axe of the playthrough. We'll also make ourselves a stone hoe. We will make a new replay mod cinematic. It's all coming back to me. And then plant the first seeds of this world, starting with, although I didn't get a CD place advancement, that's kind of interesting, I feel like. There we go, a CD place. Why don't carrots do that? That's really interesting. Oh, did you see it, Rose? F3. $50. Is it so expensive in Spain? It's not that expensive in Spain. It still kind of is expensive in Spain. This is for 10 hours of recording. So I don't know, $50 for 10 hours of recording. That's what, $5 an hour. It's not that much, right? But if you're, back at, yeah, I think, okay, Rose, I think you're right. I think day 3. I do think that, if you're at home, right, like, you don't have to pay, you don't have to pay extra money to record. You just record, it's just what you do. So you do have to sacrifice a bit when it comes down to it. And I just knew it was going to be worth it. Like, I just knew I wanted to live stream with you guys for a little bit and get some progress done on this world and just connect and play some Minecraft and, I don't know, have it all come back to me and be creative. Right now here in Madrid, it is about 94 degrees, so it's very hot out. So I thought that this is the perfect time of day for me to play some video games and hang out with you all. And one really cool thing that I was kind of talking about with food just really being on my mind is the fact that genuinely, food culture is so different in Spain. Pretty much every single restaurant right now, and pretty much most shops and most stores are closed. You know, they're shut down from about 4 to about 8 or 9 p.m. at night, and then everything opens back up around 9 p.m. in the evening, because dinner time for many people in Spain doesn't start until 9 or 10 p.m. and then goes until midnight or past that. And Zane, dude, I hope that you're doing well. Zane, hopefully, you know, me explaining about the fact that I am currently traveling in Spain right now gives a little bit more of an understanding for you about the fact that Zane, if you guys haven't checked it out, just posted a brand new video. And I haven't had a chance to take a look at it yet. I'm excited to in the future. I have a feeling that it has something to do with ultra hardcore. And so him and I, over the last, I don't know, 12, maybe 24 hours or so, have been workshopping some thumbnail iterations for him, and just kind of giving a bit of advice with the experience that I have when it comes to, you know, being at whatever relative success I happen to be at with being a YouTuber and having a Minecraft YouTube channel and whatnot, and being able to, you know, make a decent amount of money for doing something that you end up loving, just on the side here. For example, I will, you know, without really even making any videos and that sort of thing, be able to make, you know, a solid amount of money, like over $100 this upcoming month from playing Minecraft without, you know, having really posted videos and having, you know, I've been backpacking across this country this entire month, but I still have money coming in just from playing Minecraft, which is a really cool thing. So some of you guys may know that I've been on the side really kind of trying to help out other people with growing their Minecraft YouTube channels, and if you would ever like a free, you know, really no strings attached, I'm really just trying to help out. Of course, if you could spread the word and say, oh, like, Slip helped me out, and like, you know, he actually kind of knows a thing or two about growing a Minecraft YouTube channel, like, that's helpful. But if you are ever considering making a YouTube channel yourself, or if you're a smaller Minecraft YouTube channel than mine, I promise you that I put a whole ton of time into learning the whole YouTube game and those sorts of things. And so if you'd ever like to get a little bit more support with that, I'm more than, and genuinely, I really mean this, more than happy to help you out with it. Although, man, it is always kind of frustrating having to chop down these big oak trees that you see right here that are not as clear cut as they could be, as we start to clear out what will be the beginning of a building area for us all. And also, very luckily, get some seeds that we can place down right here. Maybe place down a light source, why not? And also make ourselves another stone axe, which we can get around to continuing to chop down these trees and clear out a bit of the forest area here. I see a couple of jungle logs. Yes, Rose. We love monetization here. Now, I will say, not everyone, I mean, I take that back. I do think that everyone loves monetization, in that if you are a Minecraft YouTuber and you would like to not only make videos that you love and play a game that you love, and you know, this doesn't even have to do with Minecraft, it's whatever it is, like, you just want to be creative and kind of show off what's in your inner core. Like, like playing Minecraft and creating things with it speaks to me. And so that's why I do it. And so, having money coming in on the back end is only just like a benefit that I get from doing that. I was going to say that not everyone feels the same, really. Not everyone wants to be monetized, but, why not be? Right? Like, why not get money from doing the same thing that you would be doing because you want to be doing it anyway? Which is exactly what I, do myself. And it's been, a hard fought process of learning what I need to do in order to make that happen. And YouTube is much more of kind of like a game where you can learn the skills and gain XP in order to become successful with it. And so, one of the best ways that I think that you can gain that monetization XP is by having a mentor, and having people that will support you along that process. So I originally was, going to be like, no, I don't think everyone not everyone wants to be monetized, but I think that the people that say, oh, I don't want to be monetized or, whatnot, I think that it's kind of a self-preservation thing, because it's like, why not? Like, you're doing the same thing. Why not have some extra benefit from it? Although that does take, investment. It really does. And I've seen such a reward from it in the past. For example, I'm spending some money to record this Let's Play that we have right here, to rent out this booth and whatnot. But the reality is, if we are able to have a really good 100 days playthrough from this, then I will make more money from this video than I will having invested my time into buying the streaming booth and whatnot, right? And so, I don't know, that's just something that I've really been thinking a lot about recently, and in particular, and I'm sure that this would make some of you guys excited as well, even making, and I'm not going to make any promises right now, but doing something along the lines of a Minecraft SMP, like having a public SMP in the future, is something that I would definitely be interested about. But it would probably cost me about $30 a month in order to do it. But I do think that it would probably, not only in terms of fulfillment and enjoyability of me getting to spend more time with you guys and hang out, just be worth it for me in that regard. But, $30 a month is not something to kind of just, blink at and bat an eye at. It's a solid amount of money, 3 months is almost $100, if I decide to do an SMP and host it and all those sorts of things. And so it's kind of cool thinking that, I can invest $30 a month on something, and it's going to bring me so much fulfillment and enjoyment out of life, but at the same time, it's also going to potentially give me a financial return as well. I've got some oatmeal. Serotonin, that sounds good, my man. I'd love to know what do you have for toppings, or how do you do your oatmeal? I'm the sort of person that really likes doing kind of like the overnight oats, and then I put oats into a lot of the things that I make, whether it be like a smoothie, or even I make like banana peanut butter pancakes, like a very healthy version of it. During the weekends back in the United States, and I put some oats into it as well. So, I'd love to know, how do you like your oats? And I know that some people like them a little bit more decadent, other people like having fresh fruit with them, but everyone is different when it comes down to it. So, definitely let me know how you like to do your thing. Okay, we're starting to clear out the area. One thing, I've played in the jungle before, and one thing I always forget about is that it is a whole ton of work in order to kind of just get an initial terraform for the area. and really make it so that things are good to go and you can get an idea of the area and the terrain that you're working with. So we are just about there. Although we have another, I think, potentially frustrating oak tree for us to for us to chop on down. Actually, maybe not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So we can hop on up. I see one more sneaky jungle log right here. And if you ever play in the jungle, you will notice that there's a lot of these bushes right here where there's only one oak log, just like so, right? And you kind of have to look around, and it really makes the ground here very lush feeling. But it's, you know, as you can see, once again, just one, so it takes a bit of extra time to chop on down, but I do assure you that it's totally worth doing. Raisin and brown sugar girly. Oh, that sounds good. Rose, you're gonna not like me for this. I'm sorry. I have never really tried raisins. My mom, back when I was in elementary school, would give me those little red packets. I'm sure that you guys, if you're from the United States, know what I'm talking about. Those little red packets of the, you know, the little raisins. And I love dried fruit. But for whatever reason, when I was a kid, you know, I'm sure a part of it could have been the fact that it was like the healthier or the healthiest looking thing in my lunchbox, which, if you guys don't know this, I'm an elementary school teacher. So the things that go into the kids' lunchboxes are way worse than how I used to have it when I was a kid. I had quite a healthy lunch, relatively speaking. You know, kids only have like the Lunchables and Takis and Oreos as a dessert, and, you know, literally, where is any of the nutrition when it comes to any of that? So I had it a little bit better, but most kids, you know, are leaning a little bit more in the direction of the more satisfying, you know, dopaminogenic, impulsive sort of foods, understandably. And one thing I'm actually really learning a lot about here in Spain is that it's not the same, and it's because there's a different amount of restriction on advertisement that is allowed when it comes to sugary foods for kids, because sugar, as many of us know, and myself included, is a substance that is quite addictive for people. And you can get addicted to it, as we all are in the United States. Everyone loves something with some added sugar. You know what I mean? But I've never had raisins before, and for whatever reason, I think many people have those kind of childhood, you know, things that they never really were exploratory with and never really tried out, and then they come to their adult life and they still never really tried it. And that's definitely me with raisins. And I'm sure I would love something like a raisin cookie, right? But I never have. Cinnamon sounds good too as well. Some frozen fruit as well. What kind of frozen fruit? Like mangoes, like blueberries, strawberries? Tell me your vibe, serotonin. I'd love to know. Let's see. Put in cream cheese. Yeah, the little boxes, Rose. Now, yeah, Zane and I are a bit more on the same page here. Zane and I would, I think, opt for the chocolate chips, and I'm definitely the sort of person that, like, actually this has changed over time, so I want to give myself some grace for it. But there goes another axe. You know, I love like blueberry pancakes and that sort of thing, but when I was a kid, don't put any fruit on my plate. Unless it's like my favorite fruit, you know, which at the time was, and still is, an apple. But don't put any fruit on my plate, even if it's, you know, surrounded by a cake, which is a pancake, right? Because for me, I would much more rather have the chocolate chips into it, and I think that When it comes to oatmeal too, Zane, I would do chocolate chips too. I happen to do like a chocolate chip protein or a chocolate protein powder, and then other times if I don't have like, you know, anything more chocolatey, I will do just like pure cacao because I love the peanut butter chocolate banana sort of combination. And so I love doing that and kind of mixing that into my oats, and I do it into the overnight oats, and then it kind of solidifies and becomes much more of that like sludge, that delicious protein mush, and I really enjoy it, honestly. But boom, I think after we take down just maybe one more bush or two, we can take a step back and have an idea of what it is that we're actually working with here. Oh, Rose, you're a preschool teacher? That's awesome. I was a preschool paraprofessional for about 3 years or so, and now I teach second grade math, social studies, and science. Oh my gosh, the amount of bushes. Although we have some of our crops finally starting to come up, and an ocelot over here too. That's cool looking. Let's see, okay, I knew I was missing something. I'm missing 2 of these guys. And then hopefully everything will start to fade away and we'll have a better idea of the terrain that we're actually working with here. Let's see, there he is, or there she is. Or there they are, that one piece of wood, to be politically correct. And man, I love complementary reimagined shaders. Just look how beautiful they are. They're so beautiful. Okay, let's head to sleep for the night. Then, quick sip of water as well. Let's see. Oh, Rose, you're recovering from knee surgery? I'm sure you miss your babies too. Yeah, you get so much fulfillment from working with the littles. I know that's been my experience too. It's such a beautiful thing to have. We have some raw beef too. Let's see, why don't we place down our furnace like so. Get to smelting up some food. Ooh, Zane made salted caramel pretzel cookies for a party a bit ago. That's great. Ooh, that sounds good. I'm a very big Toll House person myself. But I'm one of those people, y'all. Do not give me cookie dough because I literally cannot, and this is like, to be completely honest, if you give me cookie dough and like the intention is to make cookies, you're like, oh, Slip, like make me cookies. Like, I'll give you cookie dough. It's not gonna happen. I am so bad about eating so much cookie dough, if there is cookie dough, that by the time that the cookies are done cooking, then I'm too full and I like have a stomach ache because I love cookie dough. I just cannot stop eating it. I really cannot stop eating it. Serotonin, you like raisin cookies too? I disagree about the whole oatmeal raisin cookies being good for you. For those of you guys that know me a little bit more, I used to be 40 pounds overweight and I was a personal trainer for a very long period of time. And so health and nutrition and wellness is very, very important to me. And so in order to lose weight, I had to be very rigid on the things that I ate. And oftentimes I'm still too rigid. But with such a kind of depthful nutritional basis and knowledge. Like, I know a lot about food and nutrition. I don't think that oatmeal raisin cookies are good for you at all. In the same way that it's the same thing about saying, oh, I had blueberry pancakes and there were 5 blueberries. Like, that's not healthy. Like, there isn't any protein, there's no fiber, there's no nutrients except for the little bit of nutrients that you're getting from the blueberries. Of course, you're getting some antioxidants, and that is a better thing to have, of course, than just nothing by itself and chocolate chips. But for me, I would rather just have the chocolate chips, like, and then, on the side have an acai bowl or a little fruit bowl, which is packed full of fruit, which has the natural sugars and all the really beneficial things that you can put into your body. So I've never been the sort of person that's like, oh yeah, like it's, oatmeal raisin cookies are healthy, and you can flame me, you can cancel me for that, but I will stand on that hill based on my own nutritional experience for as long as I live, I guess, unless someone convinces me in the other direction. But that's a good feeling. Okay. We have just about cleared out our home base right here, except for a couple more of these bushes. Let's just get these guys out of the way very quickly. And then we'll take one more step back and take a look at the area that we have so far. Take this guy out too. Even more bushes right here. Yeah, Zane. Devour some cookie dough. Oh, I want to get a poll going. I'm gonna type it. Chocolate chip cookie dough or sugar cookie dough. You know, like the sugar cookies, right? Yeah, sugar cookie dough. Tons of people are playing League of Legends in the other places. In this gaming cafe right next to me, they're getting pumped. They're playing some esports, while I am getting into the soothing and aesthetic Minecraft vibe. Okay. Actually, let's take this guy out too. Take this tree out too. As you can see, we definitely have to do a decent amount of terraforming in order to get anything done here. But that's okay. Pop back up a little bit too. Continue to fell these guys back down. And is the microphone sounding okay? Like, I know that it's kind of scuffed, but I'm having fun with you guys. I miss you guys. It's a good time. It's good to be able to spend some more time with you all. We can't stop, won't stop. We're just gonna keep on going. We're gonna definitely run out of this stone axe right here. Maybe we can finish off this precarious looking oak tree before that happens, though, which would make me a happy man. And then, let's see, I think that we'll take down this jungle tree as well. Although I think we'll have to go back to, yep, we will have to go back on over to our crafting table and make it happen. Chocolate cookie dough. Serotonin, I got you. For me, I think it depends on the mood. Honestly, I love talking about food, if you guys can't tell. I have been so enjoying Spanish food. Today, before we started off our stream, one really cool thing about streaming is Axe Counter 3. You're right, Rose, that is number 3. One thing that I'm loving Spanish food, and you can get so much food for, I'm still spending money out here, of course. I'm having a good old time. Also, guys, actually, please join the Discord, because Serotonin, you're gonna find this cool, and Platmorpher too, and I think Zane as well. Zane, I think you're in the Discord. If not, definitely join. I am staying for this next week in Spain in one of those little like cubicle pods. Like if you've ever seen any documentaries about East Asia and like Japan and China and that sort of thing, and how people will be living in like the tiniest little area possible. I am in like a hostel for this upcoming week, but the hostel is like super upscale and technological, and I literally only have like no space at all, but it's the way that they make the space available to you is unlike anything that I've ever been able to explain. And it's like, I don't know, it's so cool. Like I have this own little bed pod, like it's almost like I'm in a spaceship for this week, and I have my own little TV and tons of different little things. Like it's crazy cool. But one thing that I really have been enjoying about Spain is something called, the Menu del Dia, which during lunchtime, Spanish culture really kind of takes a break. It's much different than the United States culture, where we have like big breakfasts or big dinners. Spanish people have a late light breakfast, and then around 1 to 3 or 4 p.m. everyone has a break from work. Like the workday pauses for like 2 or 3 hours or 4 hours in the middle of the afternoon, and everyone goes out to eat. Like everyone goes out to eat. Let's see. Everyone goes out to eat. It's so cool. We're back in F5, baby. We're back in F5, baby. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. Everyone goes out to eat in the afternoon, and there's this thing called the Menu del Dia, which there's a couple. You usually have like 2 different options of a first plate, a second plate, along with an appetizer, a drink included, some bread, and then dessert, all for like 15 to 20 euro, which is like $15 to $20. Like for me, for example, today, my Menu del Dia, what I had before stream, I had this incredible pork appetizer and a full piece of bread, and una cerveza, which is beer, which is included with the price, as with the Menu del Dia. I'm sure that you guys have probably heard that a lot of European countries have a much different alcohol-related culture, where they will kind of not binge drink, but they'll just have one drink with lunch, and it's kind of included in the Menu del Dia, the menu of the day. And so I ended up having, some of you guys probably have heard of this before, paella, which is a seafood dish that's like rice and a ton of different seafoods all mixed together in this big, super fat dish. And it's, I'd heard about paella in Spanish class over 10 years ago, and I'd always wanted to try it, but I'd never had the opportunity to do so. And I knew that I wanted to try it out, so I ended up getting paella as my first meal, with the bread and with the appetizer and with the drink. And then I ended up having, for the second, el segundo plato, as they say, the second plate for me was some fried fish and salad. And on top of that, I was able to get a postre, which is a dessert. I had some ice cream as well. All of this during lunch, like a 3-course meal. during lunch, which only cost me 20 US dollars, including an alcoholic drink, which if we were in the United States, that would cost me, especially being seafood, the food that I had. Yes, Rose, paella. Oh, I know we need it in the States too. It cost me $20 for something that would have cost me 60, or $70. Literally 60 or $70. And I had, yeah, I'll send you guys photos in the Discord. Actually, I don't know where my phone is. I'm not gonna do it right now. I'll send it after the live stream for today. And it was absolutely delicious. Actually, okay, a little bit more tree felling and then we will move on. Do you guys want me to try to do some freeform building to see kind of what happens? I'd be happy to, and I can lead you guys through my thought process when it comes to building as well. I don't like going to the Nether, which is something that I'm sure you've heard before from other Minecraft YouTubers. Oh wait, let's be efficient. Take out our shears. This way we can get some mossy cobblestone as well. Good call, Slip. Good call. Yeah, if you guys want to see me build, I would really love to. So anyway, I had a huge filling meal, right? And right now I'm actually hungry, which is so funny because I had a 3-course meal. And for breakfast I had some avocado toast. So I had a good amount of food, but I was kind of asking ChatGPT and really trying to figure out, I was like, how come the United States has so much obesity? Where all I see right now is people eating these massive meals. And, more alcoholic and whatnot. There's more beers on average being consumed during the general day in Spain. I was like, how are these people keeping healthy? It doesn't make sense to me. And the reality is that walking is a very big part of Spanish culture, just moving your body. But the real reality, because as a personal trainer back in the day, and as an almost nutritionist, I really do care about food, as y'all can tell. As an almost nutritionist, I also ended up realizing that it's because they're not eating hyper-processed food. I ate just really good for me food. And so I can eat so much food and just enjoy really high quality, real food that makes you feel good and makes all the difference in the world. And still be, for a cheap price, if I was to get one of the 3 plates, not including dessert or a drink, alcoholic or non-alcoholic, that would cost me $20 by itself in the United States. And that doesn't even have to include it being seafood. It'd be $25 in the United States if it was seafood. But I'd be able to eat all of this food, and the culture's, kind of slows down in the mid-afternoon and allows for everyone to get off of work and socialize with one another and enjoy life. And take things a bit more slowly. And it's an incredibly beautiful thing. One thing, and it's been something that I've been, making the most of, but it's also led to a lot of reflections for me because, all right, Rose, we're on to axe number 4. But it's also just made me reflect a whole ton about my own lifestyle in the United States. And it's a great thing that the Spaniards are able to take things a little bit slower, but there's also, in a systemic and a more of a sociological sort of aspect, there is a lot of difficulty that people kind of have to experience and go through when it comes to inefficiency with the way that Spanish culture works from a productivity lens. Now, things slow down and they're able to enjoy the moment. And I think that that is a value that we have much so lost in the United States, Um, but I'm going to be completely frank and honest with you guys too. I'm not very good at slowing down. Like, Americans happen to wear a badge of honor when it comes to productivity and being able to get things done and being able to move every second and to be able to provide value and to work hard. And, if you work a second job or if you have a side hustle just like myself, that is something that brings us a whole ton of pride and fulfillment where for people in other cultures in the world, and this is not only specific to Spain, it's completely different. And so, here I am, I am in Spain and I'm loving my experience here, and it's been such a roller coaster, and I have such really, really cool stories to share with you guys from all of it, like genuinely. But at the same time, one thing I've really been learning about myself, and it's definitely a result of my own cultural paradigm, is that I really love working hard and I really love doing things. And so even here on my vacation, I'm deciding to spend my own money in order to get more work done, right? To be more productive and to be able to create more things where other people in Spain would be like, why don't you just sit down and, and just breathe. That's not me. It's just not me as much, I would say. I think we'll do this one last treat, and then we definitely have a good amount of materials, which is a super good feeling here. We will have to get a bit more cobblestone, but besides that, we will probably be pretty okay to start on off with a starter build, which is a really good feeling. Let me take a quick sip of water, y'all. Yes, exactly, Rose. Drinks are like $8 to $15 in the United States. Oh, it's so cool. It's so cool, guys. I miss the United States, and I've been able to go to different places in the world. I've been able to go to India and Bolivia and Argentina and now Spain. So I definitely like Spanish culture, and I am able to speak Spanish, although it's not. I'm a white guy from New England. Let's be clear. I am not. I have no Spanish lineage. I just really enjoy the culture and the language, and I minored in Spanish in college. But it is so worth just going and exploring other countries, and not only for the food, but for the for this, for the environment and for the change of pace and for all of the different little things. And I can also promise you guys that I have been taking a whole ton of notes with the architecture and the different layouts for how cities are designed and how public transport works and all of these different things that I can take for inspiration into my Minecraft worlds coming up in the future. And so I'm very excited about that as well. But let's see. Rose, I do not expect for you to know. I have a feeling this could be day 5. I want to say day 5 for us for the stream. And serotonin, I'm the same way. In my forever world, we're actually, if not at 2,000 days, if we're approaching 2,000 days, but I have not beaten the game, and I have a very big fear, honestly. I think fear is a good word for it, that as soon as I actually happen to beat the game, then I will not have as much enjoyment for the playthrough, which is something that is kind of scary and nerve-wracking for me, to be honest. We'll get our first bit of wheat for the world, place that guy back down, and head to sleep for the night. Oh, and Rose, you should also definitely check out some Sugar Cookie. Duh. I love myself some sugar cookie dough. Yeah, serotonin, the walkability of European towns. It's a beautiful thing for the health, for the culture. Chile, todavía está, estoy en España. Estoy jugando en un juego, or I don't know how to say lounge actually, en un lugar donde hay cuartos donde puedo jugar videojuegos profesionales, like a professional video game editing or streaming setup. I mean, if you guys follow me on the Discord, you'll have seen that I'm actually playing with 3 different monitors right now, which is really fun. On my left screen, I have you guys on the chat. On the main screen, I have Minecraft of this beautiful world. And on the right screen, I have OBS up and recording. And it is making me definitely want to splurge a little bit on I'm just buying. Oh, I don't want to do that. No iron yet. It's totally making me want to splurge on like a high quality, high tier gaming setup when I get back. Who knows? Maybe it's the time to, invest in myself. Oh, Chile! I totally thought you could speak Spanish, man. That's funny. I'm paying. It's about $5-ish per so per hour to rent out this streaming setup, and then there's tons of people, and I'm sure you guys have heard of like computer or PC cafes, or maybe you have. PC cafes are much more of a thing in East Asia, I would say. It's not really a thing in the United States as much, because we all have our own setups in our own houses, which I really enjoy the convenience of, don't get me wrong. But this is not my first time in a computer gaming lounge. There is one in Denver, Colorado, where I happen to live. And look at that. There's, of course, one piece of wood right here, where I've gone to kind of just game in the past. I was like, okay, I ran out of my axe. And it's really cool. It's fun being in an environment of tons of other people that are also really hardcore gamers and being in that similar environment. And I gotta say, it's really dark in this whole room, but it's actually like 94 degrees out right now in Madrid, and so it's wicked hot, to use a Boston term, which is my hometown. It's super hot out at the moment. Pug, dude! Pug! Super hot in Spain, so this is actually one of the best things I think I could do during these afternoon hours and spend some time with you all before on Saturday Pug and I are going to be starting the Lotus SMP Season 4, baby! Season 4 is coming out! Season 4! And I have some really fun build ideas. What cities have I been in so far, too? I will do a deep dive with you, Pug, and with all of you guys in a second. We're going to hit stop recording very quickly. I'm going to head into FreeCam mod, but I do know that I need a quick little bathroom break. So, as always, as much as I can, I like giving you guys, I'd like giving you guys a bit of a cinematic when I can. Hopefully it does not become dead nighttime, because I will be a dead man. Actually, I take this back. One sec. Let me place down my bed. Hit my spawn. Hit F1. Hit F4. Go into replay mod. Or FreeCam mod. I'm going to take a quick little bathroom break, and then we will continue on the stream. Season 4, baby! Season 4! Welcome to Season 4! Time for the bestest of the creators to get into the building mode, baby! I can't wait! Really, tons of stuff. Ooh, Rose, also, by the time I get back, I'd love to know what you are having for breakfast. And yeah, guys, what time is it for you all? I don't know where my phone is once again, but it is, I don't know, probably 5 p.m. here in Spain, I would assume. But I will be back in just about a minute or so. Season 4, folks, season 4. I'll be right back so I can hit the bathroom before the night hits in this, en el mundo de Minecraft aquí. Alright, be right back. All right, we are back. And the boys are back in town. And the boys are back in town. Okay. Let's see. Let's get our FOV back to where it is. A big tip for making Minecraft thumbnails: bring down that FOV to 30. But for me personally, when I like to play, I have my FOV at 90, which is very popular. It's kind of just a good FOV to have, I would say, as we can chop down our first melons del mundo. And one really fun thing about live streaming with you guys is that I get to speak in English once again. But I've been having a total blast pretty much 95% of the time speaking in Spanish. Which has been, which is definitely a challenge. Like, again, I don't speak, none of my family members speak Spanish. No one that I'm friends with speaks Spanish. But every single interaction that I've had, every conversation that I've had over the last 2 weeks or so has only been in Spanish, which is a really good feeling. Except for in Madrid a little bit here, it's a bit more touristy. One thing that I've realized about speaking in Spanish is that there's sometimes when you're really with it, like you're really good at speaking in Spanish, and then there's other times where you're just not, you can't find the words that you want to find. And so there are times in Madrid today that people have a little bit more experience with speaking in English with other tourists and foreigners. And so they will kind of default to speak in English, which is not insulting whatsoever. I understand that they're trying to be helpful, and I love practicing Spanish, and it's a really good thing to be able to get some extra practice in with just speaking in Spanish 24/7. It's made me much more proficient, and the best way to learn a language is really to live in the environment and to force yourself into that situation where you have to speak the language. But at the same time, it's a good feeling to be able to speak in a native tongue and be able to fully express and elaborate and be myself and whatnot. But as you guys can see right here, we do now have a bit of a clearing area for us to start to work with. Except for I'm gonna do one more thing here before we start to get to building a little bit, and I'm going to kind of just clear out the area even more. Why don't we hit replay mod so that we can get some cinematics of this playthrough as well. But Pug, I have been traveling. I've been for the last 2 weeks. I've been in a new town or city in Spain every single day. That is part of the kind of adventure that I ended up signing up for. I am not doing it for this week. I will return and continue the process, but there is a very well-known backpacking trip, which is not the right way to put it, to be very clear. But it's a religious pilgrimage where you cross pretty much the entire country of Spain by foot, called the New City Town. Yeah, it's been really cool, Pug. Yeah. So you cross the entire. Dude, I can't wait to catch up with you on Lotus this upcoming weekend, man. We're gonna have such a good time together. And if you guys haven't checked out the actual Pug, please do. He has a really funny, really wonderfully made video of his episode 1 from Lotus season 3, and has always been one of those people um, that's been doing all of the major little things that make a server and a multiplayer experience, such as what we have on Minecraft or on the Lotus SMP, makes it gold through a variety of different things. Really helping out other people and being just intentional about how, I don't know, like for me as an elementary school teacher, we teach something called filling buckets. What can you do to make other people's lives better? How can you fill their bucket as opposed to dip their bucket? You know, if someone insults you or slights you or comes across your way, you know, they're dipping into your energy, and it's going to make your experience of life worse off. But there's other people and everyone, I think, as a human being with a heart will do things out of the good of their heart for other people. And Pug is absolutely that person on the Lotus SMP, and has been very generous to me during season 3, and I have not been as reciprocal. I would say Pug ended up helping me get netherite. We had a really fun time last year getting some raiding some bastions, and it was my first time ever taking on some bastions and trying to get netherite. But I'm the sort of person that, just as Serotonin was saying earlier, I actually don't like to beat the game, and I don't like to min-max as soon as possible, because for me, I have this fear that as soon as I do it, I'm going to lose the love of the process that is so important when it comes to playing Minecraft. I've had a bunch of really good times with Pug, and he has some really funny content, really great content. Is episode 1 on the Lotus SMP season 3 last year, so it's definitely worth taking a look at. And it's one of those YouTube videos that, like, it's few and far between, I think, that you find this. When you find someone with a personality and a sense of humor and an ability to kind of convey that through the technological medium, that will really make you laugh out loud. And so, Pug, you were totally that person, and you ended up sending, I think, in the voice chat for the Lotus SMP Discord the other day. I wasn't part of the Discord by itself, but just a funny Pug picture that was like, it's so you, man, it's so fun. But I, have been traveling by foot, you know, for the last month or so, and going from, not last month, it'll be a month in total when I'm done with all of it, going from town to town. And I've had some really good experiences and some really bad experiences, which of course just makes for some really funny and good stories to talk about. But I ended up showing up about 10 days or so in the city of Santander, España, which, if you guys have heard of the Bank Santander with the red logo, that is where Santander has come from. That's where the bank is originally from. And I started there. I wanted to start there because my Spanish professor ended up doing the Camino de Santiago, this religious pilgrimage that we've been talking about, when he was about my age, but his hometown is Santander, España, and he ended up doing the entire thing by bike, which is a different challenge in itself. I think that's strenuous in its own regard, but a little bit different because you're not on your feet, and you're not necessarily doing the Camino de Santiago for as extended a period of time as I happen to be for my own kind of on-foot pilgrimage. So I arrived in Santander, and then I ended up going to, I'll kind of list them out, I'll bang them out real quick for you guys. I ended up doing, I ended up traveling to Santillana del Mar, and then I ended up going to Comillas, España, and then passed through San Vicente de Barquera, heading off towards another place, Cerdio, España. Then I ended up going to Llanes, which is one of my favorite places, then Columbres, then Colunga, and then to where did I go from Colunga? Somewhere else, and then I went to Gijón, and then I went to Aveiro, and then I went to Aviles, and then I went to La Isla, and then I went to some other place in Asturias, España, and then I realized, and this is just being completely real, I realized for myself that I love being in a foreign country, and this is, as for those of you guys that have been hanging out on stream, you know that I've been to plenty of other Spanish-speaking places in the world, and I've also spent a month in India, and so I love being in a foreign country. But I also realized, and this was very eye-opening and why my trip has completely changed, that although I love being in a new location and a new environment, I am not the sort of person that wants to backpack and travel by foot from point A to point B for weeks and days and days and days on end. Ooh, Zane, having some leftover Chinese food? That sounds good. And Zane, oh, love bringing the community together. I know that you're friends with Banana, and I think that Banana's in Lotus Season 4. Definitely let me know if that's not the case. I could totally be wrong. But I am not the sort of person that likes going to point A to point B only on foot, because I was walking 15 to 20 miles every single day on foot with my backpack, and actually about a week after hiking, doing that day after day after day, I'm having some knee problems, y'all. And if you know me, you know that I exercise 7 days a week. I'm always moving my body, but now I am having some knee problems, and even just walking throughout Madrid is kind of painful for me at this point in time, and so that's a total blast. Well, I know Zane, I know you're not on Lotus, at least as of this season. But I know, yeah, your friends. Wait, Pug, you're on Isles? I didn't know Pug was on Isles SMP. That's cool. Yeah, Scurvy, Banana are on the Isles SMP, I know. And then a couple of other Lotus members are doing the Just Minecraft SMP as well. Hal Lewis, dude, what's good, man? I hope that you're doing well. Thanks so much for saying yo, dude. You guys are making my day, genuinely. And Rose, I've been playing Minecraft for probably 8 years and I've never finished the game. Oh, good. Tried it once in creative. Good. Good. Do not rush it. Do not rush it. I don't know where you guys kind of lean when it comes to like spirituality, or just like, you don't even have to be spiritual, but for me, there's something really deep and really beautiful about the end script of Minecraft at the end game. And it's something that I've only beaten the game 3 times in my entire life. And the first time that I beat the game, genuinely, after I beat the game and I read the end script, I burst into tears. I have a friend of mine that feels very similarly about the end game of Minecraft and the end credits, like the end screen of it. And she actually has the poem from like the first couple stanzas or lines of the poem as a tattoo on her body. So the end game of Minecraft, after you do it once, keep taking it slow. But if you've never done it, do not ever rush yourself, because it is Probably the most impactful, significant experience that I have had as a young adult through playing any sort of technological medium, like engaging in anything through technology. There is nothing like the end game in Minecraft. It's Lewis, dude. Oh, you skipped the text. Oh, F in the chat. Wait. I had to. I was just seeing tattoo designs for the end poem. Yes, it is. I genuinely was by myself. I played it. It was in my hardcore world from now over 2 years ago, which is absolutely crazy. And I cried. It's so beautiful. Lewis, don't just do it so that you can see it. No, Lewis, don't just. I actually said that before you chatted that. Don't just do it just to do it. Please do not just do it to see it, because you will not get what is so gravitational about it, I would say. But as we, instead of just looking around, I will continue to elaborate, but I think we're just about ready to get to making ourselves a starter base here. Let's hit stop recording very quickly. Put away some of our materials that we don't need. Why don't we actually place down some of these seeds so that we can continue to make our farmland area right here. Go in between the bed. And then we'll get some more cobblestone. We'll smelt that down. And then, y'all, it's going to be time to do some building. And I know that Serotonin at least would like to see a bit of some... Oh, and we have clay right here too. Perfect. Some of my thought process when it comes to building a starter base, which it won't be massive, it won't be huge, but it will definitely be something. And guys, this is, for those of you that have been hanging out on stream, you know that this has actually been a really good playthrough so far. We have pretty much every single thing that we could want so far, which is incredible. So why don't we head up here, we'll take some of our coal, we'll get to smelting some of our clay right there, because that's going to be an important thing for me. Actually, why don't we as well just grab a couple bits of sand too, so that we can make some glass. And then we will circle on back, get a bit of cobblestone, and get to building as well. Which is exciting. It's... oh. Of course we take some damage. I wonder if any of you guys were watching that and were like, Slip, no! No, don't do it! Don't do it! Okay, cool. That is feeling good. Look at that. Right? You can see that a jungle-only world is quite dense. So being able to clear out an area that we can work with is very important here. But let's see. Say that why don't we head into the brush a little bit here. Hopefully find ourselves a bit of a cave. And then that way we'll get some easy, quick cobblestone so that we can get ourselves around to building too. Ooh, and we have a mushroom right here that will be helpful. Some bamboo all around. And we'll just take a quick little gander to see if there's any easy caves for us to kind of go into nearby, which, speak of the devil, we happen to have right here. So why don't we head on inside, see if we have some easy iron. It looks like we don't, but we have something that is actually 10 times better for the game plan. Because if you are ever... Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Ew. Okay. If you ever can get your hands on some lava, especially at the beginning, at the early game. It's going to make it so that you are able to get yourself some smelting done very, very quickly. Why don't we boop on down here very quickly as well, see if there's any quick iron for us to get our hands on. It looks like that's going to be a negative, but that's okay. So we will head back on up like this. And then we're already in the cave. Yep, looks like no iron to our name. That's okay. And we will get to chopping down some of our cobblestones so that we can make our build extra beautiful with tons of different sorts of blocks and whatnot, all the good things. But I'd love to know, are any of you guys familiar with the Lotus SMP? Have you guys seen any of my content on Lotus? Have you seen anybody else's content on Lotus? I know some of us are friends with other Minecraft content creators that play on the Lotus SMP, and some of us hanging out today are also content creators on the Lotus SMP. And so, once again, if you are one of those people, let's go! Hype! Hype, hype, hype! I'm so excited. I really, really am excited. Oh no. Okay. Make a new crafting table while we're here. But I have a feeling that some of the other Lotus members, and this would be very understandable, thought that I was not going to return for the Lotus SMP Season 2. And I wasn't sure personally if I was going to return for the second season of the Lotus SMP. I kind of got into this mind state and became way too closed off to the world and insular, I would say. And I got super invested in my Forever world, and there's a whole ton of different things to actually go to talk about it, I would say, but I just kind of ran out of an initial inspiration. I had a plan of doing 14 episodes on the Lotus SMP and to make a specific type of kingdom, which I was able to do, and 100%ed my original intention of what I had hoped to get out of my first year on Lotus. And then the season ended up continuing for longer than I had thought that it was going to be. It was kind of a weird season for those of us that have been playing on Lotus. Last year was a little bit of a nuanced season, I would say. And so there was a point where I wasn't sure exactly what was to come next for me, but I did ended up realizing about, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks or a month ago, I was like, I love being able to make connections with other people, and it's something that I struggle with the most. That's why doing things like live streaming is just so important. Martian, I'm so sorry, I saw your chat, dude. I know you retracted it. I was excited to take a look at it. I just hadn't gotten a chance to do it. Feel free to ask whatever you want, as long as it's family friendly here. I'm more than happy to respond to you and let you know my own thought process on whatever it is that you happen to be thinking. But then I really realized that playing on a Minecraft SMP, especially a content creator only SMP, is not just to make content. It's actually the people that you meet along the way and the people that you're able to interact with. I don't know. Ha! I saw you were coming. Or I heard you were coming. And I've made some really good friendships along the way with some really incredible people. And that is so worth doing again. when you actually step out of your comfort zone and allow yourself to play Minecraft with other people, especially if the recording button is on, and especially if you have that common denominator and interest in recording and making content with other people. Exactly, Rose. It's the friends we make along the way. And I've made some of my best friends. Although, you know, it's not like we've even ever met each other, right? Like some of my best friends in the world through Lotus I've never met. But I keep my circle really small. And the people that I do get to interact with, and that includes all of you guys that are hanging out on stream tonight. You know, all of you really have so much more of like a gravitational impact on my life than I'm really able to explain. And so it's the people that you meet along the way. And one thing that I kind of told the other people that were starting off on Lotus this past year is that for me, the first night on the Lotus SMP, I actually ended up having a panic attack. And we all started off together and we're socializing and whatnot, but I ended up getting a huge amount of imposter syndrome and got really nervous and had a ton of insecurity. And I ended up leaving everyone else that was hanging out and getting to know each other on the server and did my own thing and just started playing Minecraft. And I think that is okay because it was important for me to learn that about myself. And I was also proud of the amount that I was able to push myself out of my comfort zone for that first foray, that first period of time. And so I've really realized that, you know, it's okay, we have to be very careful. Okay, quickly head back to our bed. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Okay, 1 second. Oh, that was Spawn right here. 1 second. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Let's get to bed. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Let's get back here. Let's get back here. Go to sleep. Let's be safe. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, hey, so yeah, social anxiety, Rose, is, you know, it just is what it is. You know, it's something that I think we all, you know, whether or not we're ready to admit it or not, go through and experience. And that's okay because it's part of the growth journey that we all have in order to find the, you know, the best version of ourselves, which includes pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. And so for me, I ended up going into the Lotus SMP really thinking about, all right, I just got to make content, and here I am with all these other big content creators and whatnot. But the reality is that the more that you spend time with other people, the more that you warm up to other people and the more that you get to know them. And I have, in retrospect, realized that some of the best relationships that I've made over the past year have been with the other content creators on Lotus. People like Pug, you know, people like Banana, right? Like, and that's made all of the difference for me, and it's made playing Minecraft so much more fun and exciting. And so it's so worth it. It's so worth doing. It's so difficult to push yourself out of your comfort zone at first when it comes down to it. But let's see. Why don't we take out our bricks right there? We'll take out, actually we'll hold on to our coal, place down our lava bucket, and then we'll start to get to smelting down some stone so that we can get into our building mode, which is going to be very exciting here. We can make some pots as well. We'll come back to using those a little bit later. Plant down a couple more carrots too. And then, y'all, it's going to be just about time for us to start organizing our inventory so that we can actually make our first starter base. So we'll take out some stairs here. I think I'll make even more. It's always a good feeling to have plenty of those. I had a feeling that we had some oak logs too. We'll actually take all of it. Take out all of our building materials. Maybe we'll make some slabs just in case. We do have some andesite. Actually, let's make some barrels. We'll have to waste some wood at first, but that's more than okay. Yeah, Zane. I have a couple more reviews from the content creator kit too, and I'll probably actually, now that I think about it, update it this week. Thank you for reminding me. And yeah, was lunch good, Zane? Yeah, it was good. It was good. Serotonin ended up getting the content creator kit, and another guy named Steve ended up getting the content creator kit, and then one other person as well on top of the other review that we have. I have 5 sales so far. 5 sales on the content creator kit, which is cool. It was just really awesome, you know. And all of you guys that have bought it so far will be able to do our own workshop, and I will be able to kind of really hone in one-on-one with you guys, and he is Steve, and get to workshop your content and really help you guys grow as a channel. But I think that there was only 2 people that had gotten the content creator kit, and I hadn't asked them for feedback, and so you ended up saying that it looked good, and I was like, I need testimonials for the creator kit. So you're on the website, man. I appreciate it, and I hope that I really do mean this. I hope that you've gotten some value out of all of the kind of back and forth that you and I have had over the last couple of weeks on Discord with just growing on YouTube and different little things, and even the little back and forths when it comes to, like, you know, the purpose and role and help that AI can help with creating content more efficiency, but also where the balance happens to lie when it comes to using AI to help with creativity, or help with efficiency, but to make sure that it doesn't take away from your creativity, which is something that, as AI is, I think, kind of on the newer end of things, is something that we're all still trying to figure out a bit together. And so I've really loved I'm a teacher, y'all. I've always wanted to be a teacher, and teaching is taking your experience and being able to transfer that in a palpable and a digestible way for other people to make action steps on, where they can increase their skill sets and be able to be more successful with something that they would like to be successful in. And so I love that sort of like esoteric and metaphysical concepts. And so I've taken so much fulfillment out of it. I really enjoyed being able to help you guys. So I really hope that it has been helpful, and things will only continue to grow and develop over time. As soon as I get back to the United States, we'll be doing a kind of deep dive with thumbnail design, because it's so important, helping you guys try to learn, as I continue to learn about making better Minecraft YouTube thumbnails. And I'm not perfect about this, but I definitely know that I've learned a lot over the last couple of years, and that information is worth sharing with other people, I personally believe. So what we can do, actually, we'll take some of that stone, and then we should be able to make our first ever stone cutter of the world. which is a good feeling. Like that, we can take out our shears, and then it is just about go time for building. Yes, serotonin. Serotonin. Thank you so much. Yeah, I spent 40 hours, if not more, making the Minecraft Content Creator Launch Kit, just Module 1. And eventually it'll be probably a 5-module full course, anywhere from $50 to $100 or so. You know, the price will continue to go up as the modules continue to go up. And everyone that gets the Content Creator Kit, Serotonin, as you know, will get every new module for free, and the first 50 creators also get that workshop, which is really exciting. So now is definitely, you know, worth considering. You know, if you're like, oh, you know, I don't necessarily want to invest right now, but I know that I want to invest in the future. Well, if, you know, if I've been helpful for you, just realize that I'm not going anywhere, right? Like, I'm spending $50 right now just to be able to make this live stream with you all, and that investment for me will make it, you know, I'll probably get 100, if not 250, if not more, you know, it's kind of more on the minimum end for this 100 days video. Like, it really, you know, the more that you really invest in yourself as a content creator, the more your skills end up growing, and the more that you're able to get as a return out of it, which is something that I'm really starting to become comfortable with nowadays, but it's something that I was really not comfortable with at all at first, because I just know that I knew that I wanted to just make Minecraft content that people enjoyed without having to spend any money, because I wanted any money to come from it to be just made by myself. But that's where my mindset has kind of flipped, where it's like, oh, actually, if I spend some money, then I actually get more of a return. Like, you know, if I spend $100, then I could get $500, you know? And so that's kind of where the Creator Kit comes in, you know? Spend $17 or $20, I forget how much it is now. I know it's not on super early access pricing. It used to be only $10. You know, spend $20 and be able to make a couple hundred a month. Like, we won't have any, you know, I won't be able to edit this video while I'm here in Spain. We'll just be recording it. So without posting any more videos, I'll still get $100 this month without doing anything. And I'm just walking, you know, backpacking throughout Spain and traveling. So, you know, I remember 2 years ago, I got my first $10 from YouTube, and I was like, I got money! I got money, like, I'm successful. And the more that I've invested in myself, then I've gotten so much more return, you know, in a skill set, in a community sense, and also just in a financial sense as well with it. So, yeah, you're more than welcome to take a look at the Minecraft Creator Kit. And thank you, Serotonin, for one-upping me on that one. You know, I really put my heart into it, because I wouldn't ever want to give you guys something that I wasn't proud of. You know, imagine how that would hurt my own reputation. But, team, I do think it is time for us to hit start recording on Replay Mod after a quick sip of water. $17.99, that's what I thought. Yeah. And get to building, and I'll show you guys through my thought process a little bit as we do it. But let me just grab a quick sip of water. I'd love to know what time it is too. I can't really tell. I really can't tell on this computer. But in Spain, y'all, they don't start eating until like 9 p.m. at night. And I had I'll show you guys once again in Discord my big lunch that I had, but I'm already hungry again. It's so crazy. Yeah, Rose, it's been so fun. I've been having such a blast doing it. As a preschool teacher, I'm sure you know that kind of like, the real feeling of fulfillment that you get from helping other people grow, and that's really what I've been getting from doing this with you guys. Okay, let me do a quick stretch, and we are going to start on. It should be around 6 p.m. for me. Yeah, it's still like three hours until dinner. I'm hungry. Tengo hambre. Hay mucho hambreza en mi estómago. Although they do have like snacks here at this streaming booth, or this professional gaming lounge. It's so cool. Actually, I'll take a couple of photos for you guys for the Discord to show you all the other gamers that are playing League of Legends and Valorant, where I am spending the extra money to go into this streaming booth. So fun. It's so cool. And the cat in the hat. The cat in the hat that edits with the bat. Ooh, I feel like that was kind of bars. What am I saying? I'm talking about the fact that I am actually recording from a professional gaming lounge in Spain right now. I'm spending about $5 an hour. He hungers. He hungry. I'm not hangry. I'm having such a good time with you guys. But there are snacks. But again, I really enjoy clean eating as much as possible. So I'm not really the sort of person. Set up tour. Set up for the week. Yeah, set up tour for the week. I'm not really one to kind of grab like a slice of cake and bars. Because I always wanted to be a freestyle rapper. Give me 1 sec, and then we will get back into it. This is where I like having detach mod. But I can see my yapper needs a quick 15-second break from yapping, and then we'll continue yapping. So I'll have grace for 15 seconds of me not yapping my yapper. Which maybe you'll appreciate, I don't know. Yes, yap for me real quick. Please yap for me real quick. Okay. Ooh. Cheese. Looks like we got some American for Zane. We got pepper jack Colby. Some Wisconsin cheese for Rose. Yeah, pepper jack. I don't know if you guys are hamburger people. Pepper jack on a hamburger, you guys can disagree with me, is my favorite. I'll continue. I actually have something interesting to share about cheese. Wisconsin cheese curds. I agree, Rose. I have a buddy. I work the farmers markets. I work for an energy bar company back in Colorado. One of my good buddies at the farmers market sells Wisconsin cheese curds. No way! Yeah, you live in Wisconsin. Yeah, sells Wisconsin cheese curds. And I've had them, and they're, oh my gosh, they're delicious. Delicious. But, okay, I'm gonna I'm going to start talking about my thought process, and then we will go back and we'll talk about a little bit more. Yes, cheese, pepper jack and cheeseburgers. Oh, so bad, so good, so good. We'll go through some building tips right here as we get into this, and we're gonna do a square build, and I'm gonna spice it up because you don't have to go too extreme in order to really sort of hone some of your building skills, and I'm gonna show you guys that. Okay, so the first thing when it comes to building is, as much as possible, start working in odd numbers. But even before that, and this is a massive pro tip, and I haven't done this on a build in a very long time. Mentor slip. Exactly. I haven't done this in a long time, but actually, we're gonna use barrels right here for the bottom sort of wooden pillars of the build on the sides, and you're gonna see it's gonna add a ton of extra depth. Really is gonna spice up this build, and this is something that you don't have to do all the time, but especially for taverns and whatnot, is really, really helpful to do. So right here we have 1, and then I'm gonna do, let's do 3. Yeah, why don't we go 3 right here, make it easy. And then I'm gonna go, yeah, why not? Why don't we go another 2 right here. Take out actually an axe for us to use. And we wanna have these barrels facing straight up just like this, okay? And then we're gonna go 5 empty blocks in the middle right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on 6 we're gonna go here, and then we'll go all the way to the end of the build, and we will just have something very easy like this. Now this is gonna be where our doorway area is right here. So to show that very quickly, why don't we do an oak door? We'll go and we'll make that right now. Bring this out, and a wonderful way to add extra depth to your builds is, instead of placing your door straight forward on the block, it was actually supposed to be this block right here, we're actually still gonna work on this block right here, but we're gonna go in 1, and we're actually gonna go on the inside just like so, and that's gonna add some extra depth to the build just like this, okay? Now I think that since we're in the jungle, we'll probably do a lot of jungle builds. Jungle wood builds. We won't have too many different types of woods. So I think I'm gonna go 5 up. So I'm gonna go 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like so. And then eventually we'll get around to stripping it all just like that. Okay? But we're gonna keep doing that, and we're gonna do that on every single one of the pillars. Just like this, okay? Although my keybinds are not like they are at home, so I'm gonna have to get used to doing it a little bit differently. Take these guys down. We'll head back up. I keep doing it. Do that one more time. And then once again, 5. And I'm kind of just counting in my mind while I'm doing this. But working with odd numbers throughout the entire build is going to be something that's very helpful for us to do. Now we will go to sleep for the night. Trying to get a split by December for karate? That's cool, Zane. What belt are you, man? I'd love to know. Okay, so we have the beginnings of an infrastructure right here. And then, of course, we will connect everything together, just like so. Of course, we'll make a couple of mistakes along the way, but we'll be able to fix those up pretty quickly take this guy back on down, place him right here. Hopefully, I do think I have plenty more jungle. I do. And it's funny, the more you get, the more you build, the more it really just kind of becomes muscle memory. I have no idea really what this build is going to look like at the end of the day, but we're just going to try to figure something out together. So we have our infrastructure just like so, and what we're going to end up doing now is take a variety of different stone blocks, and I'm actually quite happy that we happen to have some andesite, and you're gonna see that for me, I'm gonna kind of space them out a little bit, and every once in a while, I am going to put 2 in a row. I messed up right there, man. And then sometimes it's also nice to just kind of have a diagonal in the middle, just like this, and it is very possible that we will end up kind of continue to whittle this build down a bit. So we'll make some adjustments when it comes to like making windows and like that sort of thing as well. But just like that, we have a couple of our andesite, and then really in the same fashion, now I'm going to come in with our stone. You really don't have to think about it too much. It's really thinking about, I mean, there are more technical ways in that it's nice to kind of mix your more textured blocks together, and then work with a little bit more smooth blocks together as well. But at first, you really don't have to think about it even too much, because then we can come back down to it. And now we'll take our mossy cobblestone, and what you'll see is that I'm always going to place it next to a textured block, just like the andesite that we have right here. And actually, we will get to changing that block eventually, but we'll keep coming up like this. Maybe we'll do one more right there. Another one like that. Then I'm also going to come in and just sparsely, because there's actually one more block that I want to use here, if possible. I'm coming in with too much mossy. My fault. Take that guy out. We'll take this guy out. Start coming in with, I hit stone right there. Start coming in with our cobblestone. And as you can see, when you actually, especially mesh the textured blocks together, right here you can see the andesite and the cobblestone, just like so. It really starts to blend in very, very well. Now we're going to use a stair, an upside down stair, for that place right here. But we'll come in with a couple more, just like so. Maybe one more just like that. Then we'll come back in here, we'll grab more of our stone blocks. We'll take these guys and we'll make some stone bricks out of it. And then we'll come back in here and we'll make some mossy stone bricks. And then around here, just to add that extra little bit of greenery, I think it'll be nice to have some extra lushness, because we are definitely in the desert here. We'll continue to place these blocks in just like so. Perfect. And then we're going to take a bit more of our stone right here. Maybe we'll break it into half, and then we'll make some more of our stone blocks. Get rid of that right there, bring those guys back in here. And just for some extra texture variety, as you can see, now we have a pretty decent kind of textured little outlet. Right? That doesn't look too bad. Now we'll come back in. I think I want to do a mossy stone brick stair, just to add that extra greenery once again. And if we place it upside down, just like this, you'll see that we now have that extra bit of texture by placing the door in the middle like so, and then having the stair come down. We have that extra bit of depth, right? And then you can see, as opposed to only having wood right here, the barrels that we have really make that extra little bit of difference. Now, we'll take more of our jungle logs, and then on the outsides right here, we are going to just really place down on each corner blocks just like so, because this is going to give our roof a little bit of an overhang, which once again, you know, we're only working with kind of like a square sort of build, but this is going to add a huge amount of complexity and depth to what we're working with. So once again, we'll get around to stripping these guys too. And then since I already have the stairs and I know what I'm gonna do, I'm then gonna go in from the inside right here. I'm gonna start on a top facing stair, and then I'm gonna go down. Man, this computer is so good that sometimes I'm clicking too quickly, which I'm not used to on my own computer. And then up once again, and then down, and then up, and then down, which gives kind of just a really cool overlay sort of roof, as you guys can see, just like that. And then of course we're just going to do the exact same thing right here, up and down and up and down. Take that guy out. We are going to, actually we do have plenty of jungle stairs, so we should be okay at the moment. Do the same thing on every little side, just like this, just on the inner bit, because we will pop back up very quickly, and then we'll be able to do something with it. Now here, I can see that we have an opportunity where we could have some windows, just like so. So we'll come in, and we'll probably do the same thing on the other side. And the good thing is, if you already textured the wall, just like so, then you should be okay. Now I think that we actually may go 3 blocks wide, just like this. And then we'll be able to do something with this too. And the thing actually I'm thinking about doing is we'll head in here, we'll take 3 of our stone bricks, we'll make them into stone brick walls. And then in the middle, just like so, we can have a wall just to add that extra bit of depth, right? And you can already see that it's starting to come together, just like so. Now while we're doing that, just for efficiency's sake, we'll take our sand and we'll place it right in there. Then we'll place some of the materials that we don't need at the moment away. And so as you can see, we are already starting on a really good foot right here. Winter, dude, it's so good to see you. Winter is the first channel member ever for this guy slip. Winter, I think that was 2.5 years ago. Isn't that crazy? But Winter lives in either New Zealand or Australia, and you don't have to share if you don't want to. I think, but he lives on that part of the world, and so unfortunately, dude, we never get to hang out, man. We never get to communicate whatsoever. It's always such a bummer. And so now we're gonna start to go into making our roof line right here. And I'm actually going to switch up our wood type. Now, I think we'll use oak logs for this, because as you will see very soon, the trim line for your roof, oftentimes it's very beneficial to be able to use a different type of wood source just for the trim line, and then we'll fill in the roof with something a little bit different. See, oak stairs, we'll place them just like so. We'll come right into the middle of the build. We'll pillar on up just like so as well. And then this is the secret sauce. Yeah, Aussie. Yeah, right. That's what I thought. Winter, I'd love to know, what are your thoughts on what's it called? Bum bags. In the United States, we call them fanny packs. I'd really love to know. So I want the roof line to kind of come up Yeah, this way. So you're gonna notice I'm gonna start with an upside or how can I explain this? I want to teach this well. With the stair that's on the top half, just like so. Just like so. On the top half, just like so. And once again, just like that. We'll continue on off, but we do have to head to sleep for the night. So we can do that. I'm going to take a quick water break, and then we'll get into even more pro tips when it comes to roof designs. And also, guys, I would love to know how is the quality for you guys on this end? Please do let me know. Right. So now, when it comes to the inner roof line here, as we're talking about, we're going to use a roof line trim. Actually, guys, just give me 1 second here. All right. So we are going to pillar back on up just like so. Hey, Command. Dude, it's good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well. Oh, it's such a good feeling being able... It's good? It's good? Okay, cool. I am recording this. We've been recording for about 2 hours or so, which is a good feeling as well. So we'll have to see how long we can actually keep this going. But I know it's kind of hard to see, but this right here is jungle wood, right? This is stripped jungle wood that we have right here. But now we're coming in with oak logs. Now we started on the top facing part of the block right there with an upside down facing stair. Do I have noise suppression? I don't have anything enabled right now. This is just the microphone, like the gaming headset microphone that I happen to have from this streaming booth that I have. There's not really anything I can do with it. Besides, I can continue to adjust the settings, but they wiped the computer, like they really like factory reset it after every user. So every single time I would stream with you guys, I would have to reset everything, which would be just really frustrating, right? So as you can see, we have now an upside down facing stair and then a normal facing stair, just like that. Now, you can continue just up doing an upside down and then just doing a right side up facing stair like that. And that will, if you continue your way on both sides to the top, that will give you a very good roof design. But that's not what we're gonna do right now. What we are gonna do is we're gonna take actually a block. Oh no. 1 second. We have to get back up. The issues of not having any string to use scaffolding. Although even if I had string, even if I had string, I probably wouldn't do anything about it with it. No. Okay. Okay, back up we go. One more time. Well, thank you. Zane, I promise you, yeah, I've already been in Spain for 2 weeks. If you are part of the Discord, you'll know that I have had a total blast in Spain. But I came to a realization, not first death yet. Not first death yet. We are still good to go for this point in time. So you would realize, if you have been kind of hanging out in the Discord, I've actually only been touching grass for the last couple of weeks or so. And that's been a really beautiful experience for me. But I also came to a specific realization, and that was the fact that I really love making content for you all. And this brings me so much more fulfillment. Yeah, you're right, Rose. I should probably eat some food very quickly. um, this really brings me so much more fulfillment that I can really begin to explain to you all. Actually, let's maybe try to get ourselves some food so that we can make sure that we don't have our first death of the world. It would be nice if we don't end up having any issues. No deaths during the first 100 days, although I have a feeling that might not be the case. We'll have to see what happens. But I realized that I really love being in Spain. And after the live stream, of course, I'm going to go and continue to enjoy Spain and Spanish culture and whatnot. But I get so much fulfillment out of doing this for you all that, I'd love being with you guys and live streaming, and this brings me an immense amount of fulfillment. So I'm definitely getting the best of both worlds at the moment. So anyway, when it comes to the building, what we are going to do, not only do we have we have an upside down facing stair, and then we have a normal facing stair, and then we have an oak block right here, and we're actually going to go up one more on each side right here. So we'll go up two, just like this. And what this is going to do is add a bit of extra height, a little bit of more of a slope for us. And then what we'll do is we'll hop up on here, do an upside down face or a normal facing stair. We'll come on, crouch this way, and then we'll come to the other side and do an upside down facing stair like that. Now we'll hop onto the other side. We'll jump up once again, and then once again do the upside down facing stair. And then just to show you guys on the other side, we'll do the same thing. We'll jump on over here, do the same thing, upside down facing stair. I can't get back up there. Jump up, chop that guy down, do the upside down facing stair just like so. And then we'll just kind of continue up with our normal stairs until we reach a meeting point, just as we see right here. Just join the Discord? You're awesome. Serotonin, I ended up getting a memory stick. So after I stop stream tonight, before I go and have dinner, I am going to save this world file to the memory stick, and then hopefully I should be able to boot it on back up so that for the next live stream and the next recording session, we will be good to go. Hopefully. We'll have to see what happens. If not, the Lotus SMP, as we've been talking about, is going to start up on Saturday evening, and so we will just be able to play on a multiplayer world, and so our progress will be saved. But after this, I'm also going to have to make all the replay mod cinematics as well. So a bit of editing to go just to make sure that I can save all of my footage. But as you guys can see right here, we now have a pretty decent roof design, right? It's kind of just going up at a nice arch, nice and slanted, just like so. And so we will pop back up 2 times. And then now that we're at the top here, this is something I pretty much always do. Yeah, Zane, I know, eventually I'll probably fix that with perms. I'm gonna do an upside down facing stair, just like that. I know I probably will eventually update it. But I like the fact that, there's no, we're all in this together. I don't know. There's, thank you. We may end up getting to it. Rose, it almost happened. Why don't we try to heal up? I'm trying to do too many things at the same time. Okay, well, take down these guys. So we'll do a normal facing stair just like that. And then on the end, just to give that extra indent, we'll actually come up with an upside down facing stair just like that. And then we will, of course, do the same thing on this end right here. So to show you all in kind of one fell swoop, we'll do an upside down facing stair. We'll face this way, jump up, do a normal facing stair, and then one more upside down facing stair, just like so. And so we can chop down those guys right there. We'll chop down these as well. And then we could definitely use the oak planks that we have right here. So we will continue to kind of barrel on down like so, and take the rest of our wood, and I'll show you guys what this roof design looks like. If you're doing anything medieval, this is a perfect sort of way to start us off. So we take a step back right here. You can see that the falls are getting dangerous. I know. As you can see, it kind of has that indent that's now coming out just like that, right? Which is really beautiful looking, I think. So we can very quickly head to sleep for the night. And both Serotonin and Zane, I'm kind of surprised you guys aren't on the leaderboard right now for the chats. I feel like you guys have been showing some wonderful love recently. So thank you all of you guys for hanging out. It's been 2 weeks where I've done nothing but backpack throughout this country, and it's been a total pleasure doing it. But at the same time, I genuinely would not be here if I didn't want to be here spending time with you. It's not like I need to get extra content out, you know. The videos that I've prepared to make are the videos that are gonna come out as we come in with our glass panes, just like so, to add that extra bit of depth. Perfect. Take a step back. Look at that. Isn't that already starting to look really good here? Oh, it's super chat based? Oh, I had no idea. What does that mean though? I don't think Rose has given any super chats. And as well, guys, if you haven't left a like on this stream, definitely consider doing so, because we can get some more people to hang out with us if you do so. But we'll come in with a couple of barrels like so, just to add a bit of extra texture as well. And then we will also just very quickly remove our glass, take a jungle slab right here, place that down just to kind of make it a little bit more symmetrical, just like so. And now, just in a really easy way, we're going to take out our jungle logs, take out half of them, put those guys into stairs. And it's a pretty easy process now of filling in the roof. Now, there is a whole ton that we could do to accenting the roof design. And it's totally possible to do so. But that is not something that I'm totally interested in for just this starter base. For me, I really enjoy personally when I'm doing these 100-day playthroughs to kind of challenge myself to build solely in survival with the materials that I have, especially if I'm playing in one of these kind of only biome playthroughs, because there's not as much to work with, and so it's just kind of like the extra fun challenge to see what you can do with all of it. Take out even more jungle stairs. I don't know why, but I'm like, oh, maybe we will have to get some more jungle logs here. take some jungle planks just like so to go across the side. We'll grab even more of those. And just very quickly fill in the roof line area. That's what I thought. Okay, like I felt like you could get more XP for doing a super chat. But you know, you've been asking some really awesome questions and, you know, sharing about what you've been having for food and connecting with all of us, and you know, that's why we're all here, to get to know one another and just hang out, right? So you've totally been doing the thing, so that's why I'm like, I don't know why it hasn't been doing the thing. And then if we pop back down on here, I would have died if I was not paying attention. I could have died right there. Just being totally real right there. Head back on up very quickly. We'll make a couple of jungle slabs. And then just really across the side, like so, we'll fill in the roof line. Where we can now place a couple of torches on top just for a light. And then we'll pop on down and see the beginnings, the infrastructure of the build that we have. 225, let's go, Rose. Rose is totally in the leaderboard right now. Let's go into F4 so I can show you guys. Besides the crafting table that we have right here, you can see that we have, you know, a very nice kind of just little humble design, which is beautiful. So we'll take away our wood for the moment. We'll take out even more of our inner blocks, and then we'll come inside here. And then when it comes to filling in these little spaces that are still open, there's one thing that I enjoy doing in particular, and it's coming one block to the inside, just like so, and taking a new block, very importantly, a new block, and coming in, and we can also punch out that window right there. So we'll come over to the other side, and not having them two together, but spacing it out a little bit, we'll do the same thing, and we'll have that window just like so. We can pop on down once again. I'm thankful that we still have enough health to our name. Roof crafting table. I love how we have the heart for it too. I know, we're just leaving it be, okay? Let me take this guy down. Boom. Okay, that feels a little bit better, I would say. And then just like that, as you guys can see, we now have a nice little roof lining, right? Which, one of the beautiful things, and I love doing this in my builds, is coming, we'll take some of our, why not our oak saplings? We'll come on up here. Actually, we may have to pillar up a little bit. Then we'll place a flower or a sapling right in there, which adds a bit of extra greenery and a little bit of extra life to it. Cool, cool, cool. Serotonin, I'm happy that this is helpful. So yeah, again, the odd numbers, this is a very easy kind of rinse and repeat sort of style of roof. And then I think that one thing that people really enjoy about my builds is extra detail points, which we're about to get into a bit more, which we're going to do with, of course, tons of trapdoors. Now, on the sides with the trapdoors, on each of the corners, I personally really enjoy coming down just like so. On each one of the corners, and this is going to make a huge difference, as you can see. Just adds that extra bit of life, but then you can see it still seems kind of stagnant on each of the ends right here. So what we can do, I think we actually might do it with some jungle logs here, is we'll actually go and make a whole ton of our jungle signs. And a great way to add that extra kind of brown and kind of smoothen out in an arched sort of manner is actually coming in with our signs right here. And I'm gonna add your guys' names. So we'll add you guys to the 100 days. Serotonin. Setups. Got you right there. Okay, Rose, I'm sorry, I don't know. This keyboard is in Spanish, so I know I don't have the dash. We'll have to fix that, okay? There's no, I'm not gonna finagle it, okay? We got Rose right there. Got Fiery Zane. And definitely let me know who else is hanging out at the moment. Yay! Y'all's marks. I don't know who's still hanging out at the moment. Let's see. Of course, we gotta do the Winter's Gem. Put you right in there. We can do command as well. Unfortunately, not going to be enough space there. We can do the cat editor as well. Editor, perfect. Who else? Who else? Who else? Let's see, we had Louis the Dewis. Who I was able to give a channel review a bit back, which is very fun. Of course, good buddy of mine, Actual Pug. Cool. And we can head to sleep for the night too. Now, I know that it looks a little bit different given the fact that we have the names on the signs, but hopefully you can see the fact that this really does make a massive difference, kind of just like bleeding in that brown into the environment as well. Bam. Take that guy down. And so, not too shabby of a start, you could say. We'll head back in here, take out those glass panes, and then of course we can get those guys in here as well. Perfect, we'll go to the other side and do the same thing. But yeah, guys, I mean, you know, one thing I've been thinking a lot about is that everyone has their own life to live, of course, right? And so sometimes, you know, people would look at the way that you happen to live your life and be like, I would never want to live that way. And that's totally okay. I can make 4 stone buttons, actually. Let's do 8. And for me, I'm in Spain and I'm enjoying every little moment, but I'm also by myself for the entire month. And I've had so much fun on the trail, and my mom is going to be coming to Spain in about 9 days or so, and we're going to continue to do backpacking for about 5 days. But I realized that I love being in this foreign country, but I just am not really a backpacker. But I love making Minecraft content for you all. And so these are the little things that I get to do personally that bring me so much joy to my life. And so I know that this, may not be the way that you would want to live your life, but this is exactly how I want to live my life. If not, I wouldn't spend the time and the money doing the things that I'm doing, So I hope that you understand that. If you don't and you don't agree with the way that I live my life, well, that's okay. Because chances are the way that you live your life is a way that I may not prefer to do myself, So we'll actually come in with a hay bale, just like that, for a little bit of extra texture, and then maybe another one of those slabs right there, just for some extra life, as you can see. Then I also just want to very quickly get rid of some of the things that we have in our inventory. We'll actually take some of our decorated pots. We'll make 4 of those. I think we'll go here and here. No. Sometimes it's just a bit of figuring out exactly where you actually want to put these things. We'll go 1 and 1 right there. And then once again, on the side, we can just come in with our oak saplings, just like so. Place another one of those guys in there. And as you can see, what a difference that just makes, right? Oh yeah, serotonin. You're totally able to, right? And even imagine, you're more than welcome to go to the sort of lens where you make like a man-made island as well. As long as you made it yourself and you feel justified in doing that, like why not do it, right? Because there's so much that you can do, and even just having a house inside of a pod or something like that. Like there's a whole ton that you really can't do. Let's see. I would like to add like a campfire or so, and if I had more to work with, I totally would work with more. Obviously. Let's see if I can. No, I don't even have enough for a lantern. Let's see. I think I can try, if possible. Take half of our jungle logs right here. We'll make jungle planks. And then we can make some, not jungle signs, we'll make some jungle trapdoors. And then I kind of just wanted to see what would happen if I, just went along the side like that. I kind of like having that little accent piece in the middle. Makes it a little bit different, as you can see. We'll pop another one of these guys right up top like that. That makes a little difference too. Maybe another guy in the middle like that. Why not? And then on the bottom sides right there, just for, it adds an extra curvature, as you can see, right? Yeah, pods. Pods make all the difference in the world. They really do. And just add that extra curvature, just adding a couple trapdoors, just like that. And you can see that a very simple little design, like so, just instantly becomes something else, So we'll continue to add a couple more like barrels and a couple eventually hay bales over there as well. Take a couple of bites of food. And let's see, we'll take out our jungle logs. Make even more jungle planks right here. Head into there, make a couple more barrels, a couple more jungle slabs, a couple more barrels. We have 10 more. Barrels are a very underrated part of kind of just adding those extra decorational pieces to your build. As you can see, just like so. We'll add another trapdoor right here. And campfires are a great way to add a bit more as well. I just don't really happen to have enough. And just like that. As you can see, we have that extra little bit of life here, right? And then very quickly, just lastly, we can just plow out a little bit of terrain here. And then come in with a bit of a mosaic pattern too, where we will head back into our chest. Then I'm going to take half of all of these so that we can conserve on our stone. Usually when I start to make my stone pathway designs, I kind of come in with the most textured blocks first. And then once again, just in a mosaic pattern like so. I'll come in with a little bit still textured, but a bit less textured. And then finish off here with the smoothest block, which happens to be our stone, as you can see, just like this. And just like that, without much thought, we have to have a beautiful build. Now I would do a whole lot more with the roof design, with more blocks and whatnot. And there's plenty that we can do with time. But I definitely think that it's worth taking these guys and bringing everything back inside so that we can officially have our stutter base. Serotonin forgot to be editing. Well, that makes me happy that you've hopefully been able to get some fulfillment, you know, some extra help about being able to, you know, get some build inspiration or some, you know, real life building tips. And as we've been talking about, you know, it makes a huge difference being able to see how other people play the game, you know. Because I think that, you know, this has real value. You know, you can see the big difference in how to operate a little bit. As we come in with an oak floor right here. Oh, and Rose, I'd love to know, what's your online class about? If it is professional development related, PD related, I do apologize for you. I still have a bit more PD stuff that I have to get done as well. But you'll also see I'm coming in, and this does happen to get expensive, unfortunately. But so it goes, especially at the early game, to come in with our oak logs right here. And then we'll end up getting to strip them, because it's going to make a really pretty little floor for us as well. I think that is axe number 4. Axe number 4 of the world. So we'll make another one just like this. We'll take our pot and our furnace right here. Maybe we place it down like that. We put the pot on top of it. Then we'll have to make a shovel too. And then just like that, we're almost done with our floor. Well, exactly, Serotonin. Your last is short. The last time I checked, I think got almost 1,000 views, man. And your second video got more views than the first one. And it was a shorter video too, which is impressive. I don't think that that many people will honestly click on like a 4-minute video for Minecraft because they're like, is it really worth my time? But you got even more videos than the first one, dude. Or more views than the first one. So I think you should totally take that as a reinforcement that you are totally headed in the right direction here. Oh, Rose, you're an incoming freshman, so it's college work. My mom's a kindergarten teacher, so she's doing PD. Yeah, I get it. But you're doing an introduction class that helps you move a day early if you complete it, and it's part of the required credits. Oh, that sounds awesome. Got 1,300, dude. Awesome, man. You look. I mean, that's like a. I don't want to. You know, I'm gonna be this guy. That's like a 5x increase, right? Like massive view differential. You know, these little things that you can incorporate, these little tricks of the trade, they really, I don't know, they really make a difference, I would say. One thing that I was thinking about yesterday is for the people that do end up getting the content creator kit, like yourself, Serotonin, I'm hoping to eventually get like a coaching cohort together after the workshop for people that are interested in continuing to learn. And then I think I'm gonna spend a little bit of money and try to get some other bigger creators to come in and also sponsor workshops for us too. And that way we'll get, not only will I learn alongside you guys, but we'll have some of the biggest creators in the game, people that I happen to be connected with, and they will be able to give us some information about YouTube or about building, all the different things that, you know, as you can really see, the little things can have an exponential difference when it comes to your growth, and that's totally been my experience so far, at least. So just like so, y'all, say, why don't we, I kind of like it right here. Put the bed just like that. Perfect. And then I kind of like having the idea, yeah, having it kind of intertwined like that. And then just for fun, just for some extra detail, on the corner just right there, we'll place a couple of signs, a couple of trapdoors. And Rose, I remember the having to do a bunch of like common credit sort of things when I was a freshman in college. I know it seems like a pain, but as soon as you get into the swing of things with college, you're gonna have so much fun. College is so fun. Oh my gosh. So it's totally worthwhile. And then all the other people that were on top of their game, just like yourself, you guys are just gonna have so much fun together. So it really is worth it. So just some extra life. Why don't we go up on the sides just like that as well. And just like so, team. Bed in the house. Bed in the house. Bed in the house. Bed in the house. Bed in the... Sorry. Just like that. We have a beautiful starter house with, you know, a quaint little interior with the storage that we need, and our stone cutter and a furnace and the little things with a nice little floor design. We can head out here and we have a little pathway design that of course can, and we'll continue to use a bit of tweaking and whatnot as we continue to work on it. Let's see, I'm just trying to finagle it out a little bit. Make it look a bit more organic. As you can see, actually we'll have to come in here. Yeah, just a little organic design like so. We have our torches on the top, we have our stone buttons on the end points of the roof. All this together making a not half bad build, I think. But y'all, I think that is going to wrap it up for episode 1 of our live streaming here. Our fun together. I've had a total blast, but I have a ton of replay mods that I'm gonna have to edit on up right now in order to make a video for you guys. So I'm gonna make sure that I can get to doing that. And so I can also enjoy a nice Spanish dinner, una cena. um, so if you've enjoyed this, I hope you have. And I know that, speaking selfishly, I have really enjoyed getting to hang out with you guys and spend some time in all of the different things. So, Rose, enjoy the class. Everyone else, thank you for hanging. Serotonin, I hope that you get to some good old editing. I'm going to be doing the same thing alongside you right now, so know that you're not alone on the grind. And I am excited to see you all very, very soon for even more progress done. Hopefully, as long as this memory stick survives here in our new 100 Days World in the Jungle. Genuinely, it's been a whole total blast, and I will see you all very, very soon. I love you all. I'm sending you the best energy, and we'll talk very, very soon.